Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS news for Monday, November 13. The government has signed a loan agreement for $15 million with the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, to finance its Energy Management and Efficiency Program, EMEP. The contract was signed on Friday between the Minister of Finance, Audley Shaw, and the IDB's representative, Therese Turner-Jones. The EMEP is designed to promote and facilitate energy efficiency, security, and conservation engagements within the public and private sectors and reduce the dependence on imported fossil fuels.
The objective of the EMEP is to bolster the government's efforts in the areas of energy efficiency and energy conservation through the design and implementation of measures targeting key government facilities as well as fuel conservation in road transportation to reduce the demand for fuel imports.
Minister Shaw said the Energy Management and Efficiency Program is estimated to cost approximately $30 million with co-financing from Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA.
Additional resources of approximately $10 million in grant funding will also be provided by the European Union Caribbean Investment Facility, EU-CIF. The second co-financing loan agreement for $15 million from JICA, from Japan, is scheduled to be signed on the 23rd of November, and the grant financing agreement of $10 million between the government and the European Union is expected to be signed shortly thereafter.
Mrs. Turner-Jones said the IDB is pleased to be partnering with Jamaica and JICA to fund the EMEP.
Today is a great moment because it not just focuses on energy efficiency and bringing $7 million worth of savings to your budget every year because of the retrofits. We see this as just one really small component in terms of what the bigger energy plan and policy for the country will deliver over time.
Several digital audio recording and video linking equipment were handed over to the Supreme Court this morning. The $250 million high-tech equipment are funded by the European Union and delivered under the Justice, Security, Accountability and Transparency JSAT project. The improved technology will allow for the court to host audio and video conferencing with witnesses, especially with those under the Witness Protection Program. The equipment will also facilitate a centralized electronic filing system for court documents and provide an efficient data management system. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck said the move is a commitment of partnership to improve the technological infrastructure of the court system.
The equipment is to be installed in 71 courtrooms and 7 hearing rooms, with installation almost completed in the Supreme Court. And as the Permanent Secretary said, the remaining courts across the island will be completed by the end of the year. So come next year, all the courts across Jamaica will be able to, or will be utilizing these equipment thanks to the European Union and the hard work of the MIS unit at the Ministry of Justice.
Minister Chuck added that the equipment also represents ongoing efforts to modernize the justice sector and forms part of the reform agenda. Meanwhile, EU Ambassador to Jamaica said the handover is very symbolic and timely.
The video link and digital recording equipment, which was purchased under Justice, Security, Accountability and Transparency project, is intended to improve efficiencies by relieving judges of the arduous task of manually taking evidence in the courts.
Still on the justice system, Governor General Sir Patrick Allen will be appointing 5 commissioners to a single anti-corruption unit that will investigate and prosecute corruption in Jamaica. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck said after the Governor General appoints the commissioners, the process of implementing the terms of the unit will begin.
What this body will do is not only have a director of investigation, but will have a director of corruption prosecution. So this body will now prosecute corruption cases. But what I would like to see, and I'm going to push it, this body must put in place not only MOCA, but have sting operation to catch people.
Minister Chuck confirmed that the Governor General has signed the Integrity Commission Bill, which was approved by the Senate in July. He said that debates are expected to begin on Tuesday in Parliament regarding the new Justices of the Peace Act of 2017. The Act seeks to strengthen procedures for the selection, appointment, and regulation of JPs. Changes to the new bill will allow for the expansion of the geographical jurisdiction of JPs, allowing them to give island-wide service in respect of non-judicial functions. And 241 Justices of the Peace were commissioned in St. Catherine on Wednesday. The group represents the largest cohort to be commissioned in history in one sitting. Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck encouraged the cohort to join the government in the fight against crime and violence.
We need persons who stand up for decency, for honesty, persons of integrity, persons with unblemished character, to be in every crevice, every corner, every community, on every byway, every highway, every nook and cranny of Jamaica, because one way or another, we are going to recapture Jamaica and make it a peaceful place.
To equip the JPs for their new roles, the Justice Ministry will be facilitating mandatory training sessions. And finally, the lower house has passed amendments to the General Consumption Tax (GCT) Act to remove the exemption enjoyed by some public agencies. The bill is expected to stem the revenue leakage in the tax collection system and result in greater compliance from suppliers of goods and services to government entities. This is being done through the withholding tax regime, where the GCT that government pays is paid directly to revenue. Though the original amendments took effect on June 1, 2014, Finance Minister Audley Shaw explained that some public bodies were still benefiting from tax exemptions.
This bill therefore seeks to make permanent the removal of the residual exemptions, mostly in relation to imports that were previously provided to the institutions listed.
The bill will now go before the Senate, and when passed, only the Jamaica Defense Force and schools are exempt from paying general consumption tax on taxable goods. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.